Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope y'all are doing great. I am doing okay. Let's see why it's so blurry. There we go. I hope that you're all having a great week. Can you believe this month has passed by so quickly? If someone can just let me know if you can hear me or not, I would greatly appreciate that. So what I had thought that we could do is absolutely nothing. Just hang out, chit chat, and create some cards. So what I'm going to do, I went and grabbed the things that I wanted to work on and see if that would grab our attention for a while and go from there. So I'm going to be using this kit from Unity Stamp. I pay for it with my own money. They don't send me anything. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. So I thought we could stamp out this image right here. Be a fun image to stamp out. But then I opened up a box of mail that I got, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that too. Good morning, ma'am. I hope you're doing great today. And so I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get two things done in this thing. I don't know if we'll be able to do a long session, and a long session for me is just like 3 hours because you guys are working and I have a headache. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in the best of feeling super duper great, but I do want to continue, coming on and hanging out with everybody. It makes me feel really good to do that. I am trying a new setup, trying some things out because I do plan on doing more versus not doing anything at all. So I do believe that today we will be chit chatting about a few things in life, nothing major, but just a few things. And I seem to feel that I have broken this little lever thingy, which hurts my feelings because this cutting board is not cheap at all. But we'll see. All right, so I'm going to just cut this paper into 4 sections, 5.5 by 4.25, because it's 8.5 by 11. It is Nina. No, it is Hobby Lobby cardstock, 65 pounds. Paper Studio. I don't know if it's on sale now. I tend to buy paper when it's on sale and then um, just use it as needed. I was in the attic and we have a few craft boxes in there, of course. And I saw some craft paper and I got really excited because you all know how I feel about craft paper. I'm going to have to change this blade. So the one thing I will tempt you with is whenever I go to Hobby Lobby, I always, 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 or Joy and Fabric or whoever, Michael's rarely has it, but when they have the Fiskars half off, I tend to try and get two, two or four, so two sets because it's buy one. It's half off. It's 50% off. So if it's 50% off, I tend to say, oh, I'm buying two for the price of one. So we're gonna make, we're still in this whole, we're gonna make a whole bunch of card situation. So we're just cutting this down. We already have our card bases prefabricated, and I don't have a sentiment. So hopefully they have a cute little sentiment on here. I do like the size of this card, and I actually thought about stamping it out earlier. Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing today? Hopefully well. Just cutting some paper right now, getting ready to stamp some things out. So I have a hollow section right here on my desk. So hopefully I don't have to do CPR today. But if I do, just bear with me, please. I'm going to put a few pieces here. So what I plan on doing, unfortunately, is stamping this out, coloring it, and then fussy cutting it. Oh, fussy cutting. Mm-mm-mm. And then I have a Crafter's Companion situation I think we may work on. I also have some butterflies that I want. I have like a few things that I'm like, oh yeah, we can do all of those. We can do all the things. And I'm not really sure we can do all the things. Not even close. So we got rubber. Yep. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend. My weekend was uneventful. Yesterday was 100 days of school with the little roommate, and I made him a little Thomas shirt. It said, I steamed through 100 days. And this is the thing that I don't care for about the school. It's a few things, but the one thing is they always have something going on. Like always, 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 always. And that's great. You always want to have something going on. But I feel like the amount of parent activity that they request is not given back. I am not using glitter. I am not using glitter. So what I was saying before I was talking about the school is my desk is sunk in. So since it's sunk in, I'm going to have to apply some pressure on this, which I don't really want to do a whole bunch of pressure because something might fall and then I'm like, oh no, can't believe it fell. But yeah, uh, you really want to have something that can push back up when you're pushing down on your stamps. So it's good to have like a solid surface or a mat underneath that can take that cushion and kind of push back. So right here you can see, I mean, it stamps out great. This is our first time inking it up and stamping it, but it stamps out pretty well except for the spot that didn't stamp at all. And I'm going to definitely blame that on the operator versus the stamp set because I do like red rubber stamps a lot more. I don't even know who will fussy cut this because I just realized that this is a lot of intricate stuff and she don't want to do that. So what we'll probably end up doing is just coloring it as is and keeping the cleaner cuts like these right here versus that one because I don't want to fussy cut all it out. Now I could fussy cut just a few of these petals to raise them up and we might do that, but I don't want to have to go in and detail all that. What I'll do next time is just stamp them out and then scan and cut them because that just makes a lot more sense to me and my sanity, the little that I have right now. So I need that because I'm trying to combat a few things. So I ran to the $1.25 store today and they had some really, really cute little carrots and ducks. It's gonna make me mad. Wood veneer pieces, and I was like, "Ooh, should I get them?" And I didn't. Just so y'all know, I did not get any of that. I went for something else entirely, and I got that. I also stopped at another store on the way home. Because I had my whole incident with the coffee situation. So whenever you do have stamps and you start to stamp, that may not be the best thing to do because you may not want your edges on the things that are inking up and stamping out to pop out. Like this is, we'll do a few more, but really you want to try to get what you're missing, not the whole stamp again. Just, be mindful of that. And I am again on a sunken surface. I'm not on a flat level surface, so it's going to be an issue. And with that, we probably won't do this a bunch. Yeah. I need a different surface. And this is why they have those hockey pucks now, right? I think they call them stamp smoothers or whatever. I was thinking we can make a book real quick as well if this all fell through. I grabbed a few things, so like I don't know what mood I'm going to be in when we get to actually doing it with this head. I agree 100% with that statement. I don't even go there like, oh, let me see what the latest. I haven't watched any haul videos in about 3 weeks now. So basically, I have nothing tempting me. I haven't been watching any haul videos except for I don't know where my time is going. I think I'm spending a lot more time video gaming versus not video gaming. So I think that maybe what's going on in my life. This is sunk in right there. I need to push it. So yeah, that is the issue with that whole setup. The way it is now, $1.25 is only getting $1.25 for whatever I actually need. And I find that some things are cheaper elsewhere. So I don't even do that. Yeah, yeah, chocolate. Too much video gaming, not enough crafting. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. We're just gonna go with it. I mean, it stamps out great. We're not gonna even be upset about it. And we're gonna take our other one and we're gonna do these two also. So what I'm gonna do, try to combat some of that. I don't want to stamp out. I'm gonna just put all 8 to 7 sheets under here, ink it up, and go from there. I had, I've been processing a lot of craft things. I also watched a video. This lady, I have to link her in the description box. In the description box, yeah. She she has a great way of making boxes with lids. So I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make some projects, and we will go from there. I'm not sure how I feel about this stamp after all. Like I like the stamp, but I don't like to do this much work when it comes to inking up stuff. But we'll see. We'll get through it. So yeah, 100 days of school has passed by, and so we had three options for outer uniform. You could, of course, just wear your uniform, but you can dress for success, which he already did that earlier in the school year. You could dress like an old person, and you could just make a shirt with 100 things on there. So we used 100 pom poms and made us out of Thomas's smokestack like a little cloud that said I steamed through 100 days of school, and they were falling off because I used the I the transfer I used was shiny, but I used Fabric Tech, and I was like, Fabric Tech, are you not coming through for me right now? Fabric Tech was like, I'm on break, and so my son, it's cold here, Texas cold, not Alaska cold, and he was like, I don't want to put on my jacket, the pom poms are gonna fall off. I'm like, boy, it's cold. Put the jacket on. I'll glue them back later. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to leave y'all. I was like, I could just turn around and put it on the floor and come back. I was definitely, you know what? I could just turn on and put on this desk. Yeah, I'll try that. But I was like, I don't want to leave them. You so smart. Look at you. Amazing. Amazing. Solid surface. I was trying to get a new desk yesterday. Uh, and then I talked myself out of it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the dollar bill bullet and get a desk, a surface, because it's, yeah. Anyway, thank you. See, so it came out great. I'll just turn and do that. I love this image. I meant to grab ribbon too because in the Facebook group we have a, not a real challenge, but like, use your thank you. I will willingly pay that amount. I just didn't want to leave y'all. I was like, I could run and do it, but I just didn't want to like leave. But I know y'all understand that kind of stuff that happens, right? All right. So we got enough for now. Even though you know what? No, I'm gonna stick to Even though I don't make resolutions, I'm going to stick to that one goal, trying to make at least 4 to 5 cards in one session. Even though I won't color all these up with y'all, we will have them for yeah, so from what I understand, this is one of the first ones. Something goes on like in this section, so a lot of people recommend not stamping close to the hinge, but like on the outside. But I'm a creature of habit, and so I just like it here because I feel like this is more secure for me, putting it in this little rung and just putting it in and pushing it down. Because even though we have these magnets, sometimes they don't always keep the paper in place. I have a different stamping tool, and it works okay. I did purchase a Crafter's Companion one, and I want to see how that one will work as well. But what from what I hear, the Misty it does not do that, but I'm not sure. I don't own that one. All right, so we got this. I forgot one thing, but we will have to deal with that on a later date, at a later time. So we got our flowers. Let's look at these sentiments real quick. I didn't even read the sentiments. I was just like flowers, ooh, flowers. All right, so let's see. So this one says, I think this is the one I was complaining about that they put the words too close together. I kind of sort of love, friends are the family we choose. So no, we don't have any good sayings in my opinion for this one. So that's okay. We'll just work past that as well. And we're gonna color the first one up because it should be less, even though I feel like it's still gonna run. And even though I didn't want to leave you, I still gotta leave you. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we're gonna use some Spectrum Noir markers, alcohol markers, and I like it. Yeah, it's really pretty. I wish I knew more. Well, no, because if I knew more about flowers, I would probably be like, "Ooh, I need to start, you know, doing a garden or something." Was it 2020? Yeah, I think it was 2020. Yeah, it had to be 2020, 2019. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get me a lemon tree." So we went to the nursery, got the lemon tree, and we have a little blow up pool for the little roommate. And the big roommate and the little roommate emptied the pool water out onto the lemon tree and it died. So yeah, there went my dream. There went my dream of having fresh lemonade every day. Not really. I just wanted a lemon tree because I was like, I'm gonna grow something. I didn't grow a thing, not one thing. You know what? I don't think so. I think this is the issue with the $1.25 store, right? We all know that it was $1. So you're selling this for $1 today, and then tomorrow you're gonna say it's $1.25. I think that we just feel like it's not the same quality for $1.25 that it is when it was $1. I mean, because it was already, inexpensive. So we really didn't go and say, "Oh yeah, this is the best thing in the whole wide world." We were kind of like, "It's $1. If it breaks, it's $1." But for $1.25, because it's other stores that sell things that you can get for less. At least that's how I feel. I mean, I'm already looking for deals and discounts. So $1, and then you bump it up 25 cents. And my thing is, I bought 4 things today, and it came up to 540 something. I was just like, this just the math that's just not seem right. I would prefer to buy 5 things for 541, but that's not in the cards. And it was it's a sign on the door, and I'm sure you probably have seen the sign and may have not read it. It says, for the last 65 years or something like that, we've sold our things, quality products, at $1, and the prices have been raised, blah blah blah. And you're still gonna get the same quality, blah blah blah. I'm like, but you're selling us the same amount for $1. Like, you didn't increase the amount of stuff we're getting, and in some cases actually decreased it. So I don't know. Yeah, that $1.25 definitely got. And I think as crafters, we're probably more like, I can get that from somebody else. I wonder if AliExpress sales increased for some of the things that the Dollar Tree sells that they have in comparison. So this color is pear green, and it's Spectrum Noir graphic. In case you're wondering. But honestly, do you really need to buy everything from the Dollar Tree anyway? Like, if we go back and self-assess, it is some people that craft in the moment and they only craft what they need. But for most of us, we're like, "Oh, it's $1. I'm gonna get 5 or 4." At least that's me. Because I always be like, if I mess something up, this is the practice one, and then these are the good ones. So now I'm using apple green, and this is Arteza. That green's too heavy, too appley. I haven't had a good apple in a long time. I had went to the store, silly me, to buy some strawberries, and they were like, "Mm, not for that price." I was like, "Oh, I'll just come back in a week or two." And I'm thinking, for Valentine's Day, the strawberry covered, chocolate covered strawberries are they sweet? What's going on? Because every time I get edible arrangements, my son just eats all of my stuff, so I don't really get a chance to enjoy it like one should. When my aunt was visiting, when I lived in Mississippi, her birthday was there, and so I was like, that'd be so cool. And she was spending time with my son. He didn't go to daycare that day, and I had bought her an edible arrangement, and she was like, he ate all of the everything. I was like, yeah, he greedy. Now he won't touch half the stuff. Nevertheless, Cassandra, that from what I heard, I don't know if it's true because I don't get into like the social media thing. That was gold. This stamp is from Unity Stamp Company. It came in this November 2021 kit. It's called Kinda Sorta Love You. I heard that they increased the prices and they didn't give people raises. Like, just he got a raise. And I'm like, I don't know. That's another thing. Like, how are you gonna do your workers like that? And I asked one of the ladies, I was like, did you get a raise or anything? She was like, no, and I got more hours. Like she's working longer, less people are working, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not great at all. I don't know. Oh, that's supposed to be green. Yeah, 35 years. I'm like, I never even shopped at the Dollar Tree that much until my friend was like, the Dollar Tree, this was a couple of years, more than a couple of years ago now. It was like 2011. She's like, the Dollar Tree has so much great stuff in it, blah, blah, blah. I said, the Dollar Tree? It's the Dollar Tree. She's like, don't sleep on the Dollar Tree. I used to work there. They have good stuff. And she got me going. And so we talked on the phone last Monday, I believe. And I said, so what's up with the Dollar Tree? She said, it broke my heart. I was like, yeah, you're the reason why I go there so much or went there so much. And it's a 99-cent store close to my house. Not close, in the area. It's about a 20-minute drive. You would think that I would be going to the 99-cent store as much as I went to the Dollar Tree, and I don't do that either. I'm like, if I need something, I'll stop by. Like I'm really, really, really trying diligently not to purchase just because it's $1 or just because it's this or just because it's that. I really want to do more crafting versus craft purchases. And so maybe the $1.25 store is going to save me some money. I doubt it because I'm going to probably find something else to blow it on. But currently, I'm doing pretty good with not going to the 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree. And I haven't even increased my Walmart shopping trips. So I'm slightly proud of myself for that. But I've told y'all my voice for me is not the same. I can feel it like scratchy when I'm talking. And so I can't bring myself. I'm still running my mouth 1,000 miles a minute, but I can't bring myself to like actually make a bunch of videos because um, later on in the day, my throat and stuff starts to hurt. So I don't know. I I watched is it a TikTok or Instagram? Someone sent it to me, and it was this lady was like, "Yeah, I'm sitting outside the $1.25 store," and she was like, "Fix it, fix it, fix it." And then she was like, "I'm still gonna go in though." I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's everyone's sentiment." But if you don't need anything, is it worth it? Is it worth it for your sanity to be like, when I went into the Dollar Tree at the time, I was like, no, they changed the price. And I had went with my friend, and she was like, what? I said, they finally did it. They changed the price. And she's like, oh yeah. And she was still stuffing her cart with like stuff. I was like, it's $1.25. So instead of buying 5 items for $5, you're only buying, four. And so I really thought about that purchase at the time. I was like, I don't think I need it. And I didn't need it. I just, I really, really wanted it. So needless to say, I did not buy it at all. I did that so backwards. Okay, I'll fix it. But apparently, it's this new store called Pop Shelf. It's an extension of Dollar General, and they're supposed to be selling like really good craft supplies and stuff. We don't have one here yet, but when we do get one, I'm gonna be up in there looking to see what they have. So I will not be coloring all these flowers with you all because all four of those things that I stamped out because it takes a while to actually, color. And I'm not even a colorist, but I like coloring. I also like buying markers to color. That is probably my weakness. What's your craft supply weakness? I have I have four. First is stamps, paper, scissors, and markers. Those are my definite weaknesses. What's yours? Like, could you live? I mean, could you live without 20 pairs of scissors? Absolutely. Do you want to? No, not at all. Well, no, I don't. Make sure I'm praying. I am wondering when Hobby Lobby will clearance out their Christmas stuff. I feel like it's time. I feel like they're running behind, actually. Yeah. Ooh. Stamps and crafting gadgets. Yes, I love a good crafting gadget. I went on to Design Space to make my son's shirt. Let me show y'all this shirt I made for him. And I was like, did they change something? Because I could not, for the life of me, figure something out. And so I asked my friend that used her Cricut more than I do. And she was like, oh, no, that's how it normally is. I was like, oh, okay. So this is the shirt I made him. And what I did was I just used some Jolie's. It cut out really nicely too, the Jolie's. And I Jolie's, what is it called? Jolie's Boutique Easy Image. It cut out. I did ruin a sheet of paper though. I had got it from Tuesday Morning a while back, so a long time ago. Right before it probably was in 2019. Because at that point I was like, I'm gonna make some shirts. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of shirts. And I bought all the shirts and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make all these shirts and do all this thing with these shirts. And 5 years later, no shirts have been made. I only make them on occasion now for my son. Stickers, stamps, papers, dies. Cassandra, thank you, Samara. So where do you get your stamps from? All over? Are y'all those lucky people that can find all the great stamps on Marketplace? I never get that lucky. Like in the groups I'm in, people are like, look, I found this on Marketplace. I'm like, really? Good for you. Like, I'm happy for the person, don't get me wrong, but I'm also jealous that I can't find. No one in my area uh, releases their stuff at a good deal. It's all overpriced. Just gonna get another marker. You know, you're gonna have to use your scan and cut and your Cricut eventually. You're gonna have to do it. The scan and cut, I'm not sure which Cricut you have, but the scan and cut is easier to use than a Cricut in some instances. But some people get mad at the scan and cut. See, yeah. Oh, that's cool. You know what I have been looking for, and I'm sad to announce this if you did not know, but Julie Nutting is retiring. Well, not retiring. She's leaving Prima. She says she has craft burnout. So this last batch of stamps that she's selling will be the last batch of stamps from her, unless she makes like a I'm coming out of retirement type of something. And I'm really sad because even though I'm all about on the Julie Nutting bandwagon, I didn't get all the things when they first came out at the original price. So you know how crafters are people that get craft supplies and sell them. Um, it's going to be hard to find those things that are missing from collections. So she does have a new thing coming out, but she said this is her last one, and I'm okay with that because if you've been here a while, you've heard me talk trash about the the stamps. Not in a bad way, just like I think I could probably do that type of way. This is a weird looking flower. I know. I don't know why I did this like that. Um, but I did. I'm gonna fix it hopefully. Oh, that's cool. So what I have some cartridge I have Cricut cartridges. I had got expressions when it first I guess came out, and I didn't use it, and then it came out with expressions too, so I guess it wasn't brand new. And then I was like, hmm, then I got the Explorer. But I used the expressions and I didn't like how it worked. I just was like, I'm not I'm not getting warm fuzzies from it. And then I saw Julie Faith Fan Balzer talk about the scan and cut, and I was like, I want that thing. And so I got it. And now I'm just gonna go back over with this lavender, the whole situation. There we go. And for me the scan and cut does exactly, oh yeah, well if you're gonna be moving, hopefully you can get it out the box. So with the scan and cut, it's an out of the box type of usage. You don't have to connect to any software or anything like that. And I feel like if people, even though they say that it does this, I can't really condone it. I can't confirm nor deny that it really do this. I have cut some intricate pieces and it did really well for me. But it's a scan and cut. It's meant to scan things and cut them. It's not meant to go out and make like a fancy little swivel. Because their mats, I have an older scan and cut. Their mats are not the best. Their mats are kind of rubbish. I like this one. I keep gravitating to these two, so this is what we'll use. My only issue with the Cricut is that Cricut releases a new Cricut every hour. It seems like every 3 days they have a new Cricut. And it's not even a new Cricut; it's just a new color. Yeah, the Julie Nutting. They have it's not released yet, but it's pre-order. Well, some people might have it. I did a dumb thing last release. I bought them from a place I didn't know about, but people were recommending them, and they were $10 a piece. I normally get them from another place that sells them for a little bit less than $10 a piece. So I was like, never again will I just get in. I think sometimes I get caught up in the frenzy of everything. I know that this is running. If you can see, it's running right here, and I'm okay with that. I like the kind of dingy look on it. I don't know why. I feel like maybe the do has it like that or something, or maybe some little kid was messing with him. I don't know. But we're gonna keep it. We're not gonna get rid of it. Yeah. I still need to mail out some. Hi Nix. How are you today? Yeah. I don't know. I think that sometimes getting caught up in a frenzy makes the shopping experience fun until you look at your credit card and you're like, what was I thinking? Like I don't budget myself for craft supplies. I just tend to tell myself, you don't need that. Don't buy it. And then I'll sit there and think about it. Like yesterday I got an email about some art supplies, some paint. And I have paint, so I was like, I don't need the paint. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, what is that other stuff that is included? So it was a whole 95-piece paint set for $39. And they had like the good paint. It was 35 of those or something like that. And I was like, I'm gonna get it. And then I went back to buy it today, and it was a 1 day deal. So I lost out on that one. But you live and you learn, right? I think that's why I have been watching the Dollar Tree haul videos lately, because I'm like, even if you're hauling it, I'm conflicted, convicted, angry, upset about the $1.25. And I don't know why I'm so petty like with this situation. Because I feel like I think if I knew that the money was the employees were getting a raise, it would be different. If they had different quality stuff, it would be different. But they don't. It's just like we're gonna give ourselves a raise and we're gonna make our clientele, pay us more. But it is what it is. At the store that's right by my house, I feel like the manager gets mad when I go in there at 8 o'clock. I'm like, I dropped my kid off at 7:30. I'm not gonna go home and then drive back here. You're crazy. People have schedules. And if you don't like us coming in at 8 o'clock on the dot, then you should find another spot to work, sir. I think he has some sort of anger problems though, because sometimes he's super nice and then other times he's like a raging bull. So I don't know. Yes, yes. It definitely. I mean, I feel like a lot of crafters are like that, but some people like it's just a quarter. But if you go into the Dollar Tree and you used to spend $100, just do the math on how much you're spending now. I was there a couple of days ago looking for something very specific and they didn't have it. So I walked out with nothing. But this lady had a cart full of stuff. I was like, wow, that used to be me. Not anymore. I don't know what I did to this flower. I'm trying to salvage it. It is not working. I think we crafters feel the same way about if you have a Tuesday morning in your area. Like we used to love Tuesday morning. They declared bankruptcy. They stopped having craft supplies altogether in some places. And now we're kind of like, oh, Tuesday morning, yeah. Like people don't do hauls from Tuesday morning anymore because no one really wants to pay that price. I remember 2 years ago, 2019, Tuesday morning was selling something that Hobby Lobby had on clearance. And I was like, I'm just going to go to Hobby Lobby and buy it. I'm going to fix this one because it looks weird. The other ones look okay, but that one looks weird. And I'll fix that one too. Um, and I was like, I'll just buy it full price, for whatever the price is at Hobby Lobby. And I think Tuesday morning had it for $5 and Hobby Lobby had it for $3.74. And I was like, yes, I'll just get it from here. And then some people don't even shop at the Dollar Tree and then they run in. I remember I used to go too much and they'd be like, how much is this? And the guy would be like, everything's $1, sir. And the guy was like, $1? Everything in here's $1? He was like, yes, sir. The same manager that I think has anger issues. And I was like, wow, it says Dollar Tree. But I mean, that's a lie now, right? Let's fix this one while it's on my mind. Yeah, I actually went to Tuesday morning a couple of weeks ago with my friend. I didn't buy anything out the crafting section, I don't think. Because now, like, when you tell yourself I'm gonna be more mindful of what I'm spending my money on and you start actually being more mindful, you're like, if you're into your Cricut now, you can say, I can make this. If you have a Cricut maker, you can just go to a big hardware store and get some balls of wood and cut out all those shapes that the Dollar Tree is selling. So you really don't need the Dollar Tree for those instances. You can definitely make your own products and be this is just even weirder. I don't know what I'm doing. Um I'm still gonna fix it though. I'm determined to fix this flower. And you can just make it, and then some people actually sell their wood cutouts. They have machines. Like I was like, if I ever get into it, I'm gonna get me a glow forge. I think that's what it's called. That thing is super amazing and super expensive for a hobbyist. And I do consider myself to be a hobbyist more so than anything currently. But it's nice what it can do. Like if you haven't seen a glow forge, definitely look it up and see. It will have you thinking, wow, this is amazing. I had went into the Family Dollar today, and on the outside it says "Wow, Dollar Tree dollar items," and it all has like $1.25 stickers on there now. Oh yeah, yeah. For me, if I was to leave to go to the 99-cent store, it's about a 25-minute drive from my house, maybe. And so I'm just like, do I want to fight the traffic? Deal with all of this other stuff. So I don't go there that often, but I would in the past go to both of them, Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store, because they don't sell the same stuff. Here we go. Is this the one? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is just color this thing up. Yeah. I have been getting rid of a lot of my stuff behind the scenes that I don't need or want. What? They let you rent it? Oh, that would be so fun. They don't have a glow forge here. Um, One of the Joann's is like fabric and yarn centric. So half the store or 75% of the store is fabric and yarn, and then the other stuff is like kid stuff, paint, 2 rolls of paper, and then like whatever that seasonal stuff is, like the flowers and things like that. When I lived in Mississippi, they had much more products. They had the scan and cut like on display, not in this one, which I guess is okay. Michael's too. The one in Houston is huge, and they have. Anyway, I'm not sure what they're doing now since Michael's has been chinchy with their coupons. I would love to try it. I would love to try it, but I don't know. I had asked the big roommate for a easy press, and it's collecting dust, to be quite honest, because I rarely use it because I'm not selling the shirts. I'm just making them. And I had planned on making shirts for like the whole family when we went places. And then, here we are. Some places are going back on a semi lockdown. Some places are just coming off a semi lockdown. And my son is growing. So I can't, I had bought all those little silly baby shirts, like small shirts, because he was little at a point, and now he's a string bean, just straight up string bean. So I bought a few shirts here and there to make. Of course, myself and the big roommate, we're not, our body types aren't changing, but the little guys is. So we fixed this flower. I'm using Spectrum Noir graphic. I really like these, and I also have some Arteza that I'm using. But right now to fix that problem. It's graphic and Arteza art blend. So I'm just going over that. I don't know what I was thinking. I always think that I can do a good job at seamlessly blending, but I don't pick the colors properly. You need to pick a color that's kind of in the color family to have it blend, and I just did whatever. My MO. And this one, right, this one here is called Hues? Nuances? It's called Hues. I will say, Spectrum Noir, if you're not going to buy Copics or Chameleon markers, I like Spectrum Noir markers. They're pretty decent for what I do. For what I do. And I also like, if I go to the 5 and below and they have markers, I'll buy those. Because for what I do, it gets the job done. All right. Yeah, so we fixed that one. We don't have to worry about this one, but I'll go ahead and fix that as well. Thank you so much. I want to make a box with y'all. I am going to leave that link in the description once I go back and find it. She did a great job explaining the box. There's some math involved, of course, because I realized that you can't get away from math in crafting. Now, I don't like this little weird looking hue thing on there, but it's okay. I was watching this coloring channel a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month now, and the person took a plain little line and turned it into a masterpiece. And I'm like, he just Bob Ross me, right? Because Bob Ross will tell you everything that he's doing, and it goes from a wet canvas to a beautiful forest that you want to go and have a picnic in. And that's what that guy did. He was like, yeah, I'm trying out these markers, blah blah blah. I think it was like he's like these budget markers or something that he called them. And he was like, I'm gonna go ahead and sketch something out. And he comes back and he's sketched out this amazing, beautiful project. I'm like, who are you, sir? Because a lot of artists, they come on and they're kind of arrogant and a little bit overconfident. He was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this work. He was really like nervous about it. Okay, so we got this, and we're gonna move on from this because I need a sentiment, and I regrettably will fussy cut this out. Regrettably. So maybe I'll just scan and cut these first. All right, so I'm going to leave my markers here though, just so I'm not, because it's going to drive me crazy. See how she lied to y'all? I don't want to leave the markers out. Do you use your scraps? I'm going to start using my scraps in junk journals. So that's the next goal. I will not be recording. I will not be doing a junk journal process video live because I think it just takes a lot of time. But we got this. I want to make a few cards to do this. And I got these dang butterflies. Thank you so much. So this is an old paper, 2019 from Michaels. It's called Garden Dreams. And the Michaels nearest me does not have this, but another Michaels, I want to say I saw him there last year at some point. So I'm not sure. Michaels is getting real crazy with in my area, I should say. They're getting real crazy with not putting stuff on clearance either. They're like, you're gonna buy this full price. And I get it. I told someone this before. I said, everything is going up except for the pay. Like everybody wants us to buy and they keep the money economy going. But you're not getting extra money. You're not giving anybody raises. Like it's not working. It's a backwards situation. Annie, I owe you a lot of money. I feel indebted to you. All right, so we're gonna do this card. I think this is gonna be great. She don't have any sentiments, of course she don't. I did think I was gonna make a book. That's why, and this don't match either. I mean, what's going on? What's really going on with me today? I don't know. I don't know. And then I have A2 size cards, and I want to use this whole thing. And this is a 4x7, so I need to get the 5x7 card bases. But we're just gonna cheat real quick. We're gonna make some quick cheaty cards. Cheaty cards is what I said. In case anyone is like, what'd she just say? I said cheaty. And then I think we'll make a book and we'll call it a day. Oh, I do want to open up the scan and cut. I mean the crafter's companion thingy. But first we're gonna do this and use these. You know, I did a haul. I just want to go on the record and say I probably won't do much hauls anymore from local stores because now I'm not saying my haul did it, but I can't find these anymore. So I had said that I got these from the Dollar General, and then the same Dollar General I got them from no longer have them at all. So I will not be. I'm gonna be stingy. No, I just won't do hauls anymore. I don't really care to do them that often, but when I find something really cool, I like to share, and I like for people to be able to get them as well. You know, be able to go out and find whatever it is that I got. Yes. You know what though? I'm not I'm not affiliated. I'm not getting any money. If you go to crafterscompanion.com, they have a sale right now. You probably would do better getting them on sale from the company than Tuesday morning. If Tuesday morning still has them, I got those a long time ago. What day is on them? 2019. So it's an older. Um, I got them a while back. So yeah, I'm gonna get the paper 5x7. I'll be right back. But those graphics work better in my opinion than the other ones. So the other Crafters Companion ones. So you just got to keep that in mind. They have different lineup as well. Now I thought I brought in the stupid 5x7 cards, but nope. You know, because her mind was not on that. Her mind was on stamping and coloring today, and that's what we did. We stamped and colored, but now I need the other thing because dang it. Also, they have Illustrator kind, and the Illustrator has a brush tip on it. And so if you like being able to flick your ink out of your marker a little bit, then that would be good for you as well. So I did grab some more paper because I needed it. And what we're going to do is go ahead and just make 5 real quick cards, 4 or 5 real quick simple cards. And what we're going to do is layer them up. And I don't have my dies here, so I am going to go back and look inside of this thing right here. And thought I saw a sentiment on 2 of them. You know, the Tuesday morning nearest me does not have a lot of stuff in it. I'm going to do this right here. Okay. All right. So let's get this party started. Okay. Got our card bases. I want to keep this for something else. So, and I guess we'll whip out a book. We're gonna just do all the things, right? All the things. Put this to the side. And I'm using some paper from Hobby Lobby. It's just a plain cardstock, and it feels really lightweight. It doesn't say, so it's probably, it feels lighter than 65. But it was 25 sheets, and I got it when they had it on clearance. So for $1.25 for 25 sheets of paper, cannot beat that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do some cards, fronts. I'm going to cut down to 5, turn, cut down to 5, turn. I'm measuring at 7 inches and cutting down to 5. Turning. And of course, she ain't doing this right. It'll be all right. I'm supposed to be going to 5 and cutting down to 7, but that's okay. We're going to cut these little niches out. And we're going to have our card bases, and we're just going to keep it moving. Although they're all off now, that's okay. We're not going to cry over spilled milk. We're going to just stay happy, go lucky, and positive. Because it could always be a different type of situation currently, right? I think we'll be okay because we still got that little silly square. But my paper trimmer can't cut down up for some reason. So, and you know, my cutting, if anyone's relying on me to make a straight line, we definitely in trouble. Cut a straight line. All right. And now, could I do this? I always tend to, when I go to Ross, I always look and see if they have like cutting tools and equipment, because I'm like, I could use that. I could use that. I think sometimes we forget to look in those spots. Let's go ahead and cut this down as well. So let's see what this measures out to be. See, it cut straight that time. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm not gonna even worry about it. So we're cutting paper. Anyone else crafting? Everybody at work? Just getting my card bases. And I always say this, whenever you're crafting, your creations does not have to be super elaborate. They can, sometimes it's okay to have an easy card or simple card working. Yeah. I always think that, I don't know. I always think about rejoining the workforce, but I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to behave. Because then I'm gonna be like, I really want to play my game. And they're gonna be like, what game? And I'm like, this, whatever game I'm into at that time. This is gonna make me mad. All right, let's trim this off a little bit. I always like my friend, I'm like, what are you doing today? Are you off? She's like, no, I gotta work today. I'm like, oh boo. And she's like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm playing my game. She's like, oh, okay. All right. But we tend to, like, when we get together, we go out and thrift and eat. I do not like this as a card. I think this will look good as a box, right? So, what y'all think? Would you want this as a card? Would you like to receive that as a card? Am I tripping? Yeah, because when I used to teach medical stuff to people, uh, and one of my teaching partners was like, "You don't fit the description of a gamer." I was like, "What's that?" He said, "Well, first you're a lady." Then he just went down the list of all of my ungamer things. I was like, "Well, thank you very much." Oh, okay. My voice just started to sink a little bit. I could hear it, so I do apologize. I'll try to speak a bit louder and into the microphone. But after you finish doing that, maybe we could hang out and you can come and do mine. Actually, I enjoy mopping the floor. I don't like sweeping it though. Don't ask me why. I just like seeing if you have dirt or the smell of the concoction that you have whipped up for cleaning. Yeah, yeah, that's what he said. He gave me a list of things, and I was like, oh, okay. I said, but I don't play that, the hardcore Madden games and stuff like that. He was like, it doesn't matter, because I also do, at the time I was doing old lady stuff like crocheting and things like that. Excuse me. And people don't tend to think that gamers can be anything but a youthful looking male. So now they know better, though. Now they know better. I wanted to use this on the inside, and I think, oh, why do I do this to myself? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this real quick. We're gonna make one card using this thing and get it out the way, and then we're gonna move on to something different and better, right? So we're gonna make an easel card, and we're gonna put this like this. We're gonna fussy cut this thing out and drop it on a purple background. But first, we're gonna do this. So if you've never made an easel card, they're pretty simple to make. They just look complicated. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to get a scoreboard if you have one, or if you just want to flip the paper over, that's fine. And now what you want to do is you want to take your front piece and score it at whatever line you want to score it at. Since I do plan on doing some fussy cutting right here, I'm going to fussy cut from this tick mark over here, and that way I don't have to worry about backing it on a sheet of paper. So I'm going to fussy cut this, even though I feel like that's going to look weird. And what's going to happen is we're going to, when we fold this up, all this is just going to be what you see on display, and we're going to glue all of this down. So I'm just going to come over and I'm going to score this at, was that 2 and 3? 2 and 4. So I'm going to score it at 2 and 1/8. Okay. And that is that for your scoring. And now what you want to do is just fold it over and burnish it. furnish it as good as possible. And there you have it. So there's our mechanism for our easel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here because there is beauty and simplicity is just speaking to me right now. And this will be our piece. We're going to use some foam tape and pop it up. And we're going to go ahead and stop talking so much. And so I'll probably do 3 easel cards with this flower, just not on camera because it's going to take a while to do. Coloring, that is, not the cutting. All right, yep, so this is the side. I feel like every time I say I don't like something in the crafting world, I tend to do it. I don't like funky measurements. I go and make a box with a weird measurement. I don't like fussy cutting. I fussy cut. I made a wand with glitter, and I definitely do not like loose glitter for health reasons. I mean, it's beautiful, and I love when I see people make stuff and they use glitter, but I am not that person that's really good at that kind of stuff because glitter seems to be attracted to my eyeballs. So we can't have that. Not at all. Yeah. So I'm just doing a fairly quick fussy cut, and then I'm going to go and do some detailing. I had tried to find some scissors 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Sunday. Yes, Sunday, because I needed to cut some plastic, and I went and got my big scissors to do it, and they were like, "We're on strike. We're not gonna cut it all." So I ended up using these little bitty detailing scissors, and it worked out just perfect for what I was doing. And the reason why I'm gonna go ahead and detail this in is because when we put our piece on, we want it to look like that. We want this to give an illusion of it's, off the thing. So we're gonna glue this like that, or we'll probably um, we'll leave it just like it is and be happy with it. Yeah. So I have another question. This is a soda question because I call it soda water. I'm country from the South. I know some people call it pop, but I call it soda. And I don't call Coke. I don't call everything a Coke. I call a Coca Coke, a Pepsi. But are you a Pepsi fan or a Coke fan? Because in my household, apparently there's some type of mutiny going on, and the big roommate is a Pepsi fan. Had I known, had I known. I do not really care for Pepsi that much. Like if that's all they have at the place, if we were to go out and eat, I would take water and then the Pepsi to like wash it down. I'm not sure. I think I just feel like Pepsi is a bit too sweet for me. I could be wrong, but I prefer a Coca-Cola or a Big Red. But again, that's a Texas Southern thing in me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not big on Pepsi. Like even when we go out, like what's your you have Coca Pepsi products, and when they say Pepsi, I'm like, Gugh, I'll take a Dr Pepper, a big Dr Pepper, or either what's the other one? It tastes kind of the same. Sweet tea, yeah. I like sweet tea. I just don't like Southern sweet tea. Southern sweet tea will have you going to the doctor because you're getting some medical treatment. So I prefer not to have like super duper sweet tea. Um, at one point, my silly stuff was into the Arnold Palmer's, but I don't like I don't like lemonade like that anymore. And I feel like you got to have a proper mix, and it's just I'm good. But I had bought some Coke, and this is how I feel about drinks, right? If you go in the refrigerator, you take a drink out, especially if it's a can or even a bottle, you replace it, right? And so I was like, did you take a Coke out? Did you replace it? And he was like, I don't even like Coke anyway. I'm gonna go and get me some Pepsi. I was like, well, get you Pepsi. Yeah, I loved Sprite growing up. So when I was growing up, it used to be Sprite, Doritos with pickles in it, and that was my thing for a long, long time. Bite a Dorito or shove Dorito, kids, right? Shove a Dorito inside the inside of the pickle with a Sprite and some other nasty junk. I used to put Kool-Aid on pickles and all that stuff. I used to love Sprite, but over time, I somehow have built up I don't like a Sprite anymore. Like I used to like drumsticks, and now I don't. So we're almost done with this detailing, and I think what I don't know. I feel like if I mess with this anymore, I'm gonna screw it up because I was like I could take a light ink pad and like edge it up a little bit to give it that thing, but we don't need to do all that. Like I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'll go and I'll put a butterfly on here to cover up that white spot because we're not impressing anybody. We're just doing things that make us happy. So I'll put this little skinny butterfly right there, the smallest one, and I'll be done with it. But if you want to fussy cut everything, or if you feel like you need to do something, I would recommend rounding your edges a little bit and maybe inking the edges up. But only a recommendation if you so choose to do something like that. Because here I am already fussy cutting these little bulbs, and mm-mm, no, 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 no. I think when I was in my learning who I am phase, a lot of things I liked as a child, I stopped liking as an adult or as my, growing into my womanhood. Uh, Especially because I used to be not who I am now when it came to priorities and things like that. I would go out to the club all the time, Friday and Saturday. Um, and then I used to drink a lot more than I do now. Now I just drink like maybe twice a year. I don't really drink that much because I don't for one, I don't like how I feel after that. I've heard of that putting the peanuts in the Coke before. I never did, but I think if you like it, then do it. If it makes you happy. I did grow up, again, Southern, where peanuts shells, if you drop them on the floor and you eat peanuts, is bad luck. So maybe that's why we didn't put peanuts in our drinks. I'm not sure. All right, so we got that. I think it'd be cool to try, give it a chance. Because I am all for trying something that doesn't sound super nasty or gross one time. And I like peanuts and I like Coke. So, I think it'd be good to try. But I'm also a trier in like foods and stuff, unless it's beans. If it's beans, no. Like if it's just plain beans, you're like, oh, try my beans. I make the best beans in the whole wide world. And then I start asking you what you put in there, and you start telling me, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I don't like beans anyway, because I just think they're disgusting. Texture wise, I do eat beans. They are yummy with sugar, lots and lots of sugar. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. Now my son, oh my goodness, he likes beans. So you know who has to cook the beans? Mom. So I make those, but I do like field peas, the field peas and green beans with turkey in it. Ooh, I like that. So there's certain beans I don't like. Like I don't like black eyed peas, lima beans, yellow beans, and those big giant beans. I hate those beans. Oh, see, yeah, I guess there's something going on with the shells and the peanuts. There's definitely a superstition in my household. So they have this place called Long Texas Longhorn, and they have peanuts all over the floor. And I had took my aunt there, and she was like, what is this?" I don't. I like green beans. Is that okay? Sweet peas. I like certain beans, and then other beans I'm like, no, thank you. I just find that they're not yummy. It's a texture thing, definitely texture. Because I don't like Cool Whip either. Oh, yeah, Cool Whip whipped cream. Uh, I'll eat it now, but in the past I was like, no, I don't like it, and I would just skip it altogether. Okay, so this is gonna look a little bit on the weird side. So let's just round. Let's get these as low as we can, right? So we got that, and then I want to do this side as well. The goal is not to fussy cut this entire thing, and for some reason I feel like me looking at it is gonna be like, oh, I need to do this. But what I'm gonna do is I want to put a butterfly here to cover up that edge because it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, I didn't. My aunt was like, no, I was like, what? But we don't eat the peanuts anyway. Um, Phone tape from back in the day when it was a dollar store. But you can get this phone tape from anywhere. And it's a dollar store near me. It's called King Dollar. I had bought some foam tape from there, and it is super duper sticky. It's unforgiving. I do like this. And see, this is the thing. If you're a crafter and you know how much you pop stuff up, you know that either you're going to go and buy a big roll of this from a craft store, or you're going to buy 4 or 5 rolls from the Dollar Tree back in the day. So if you're doing that and you're spending X amount, more than you want to, you might as well go ahead and buy the different quality from the craft store. I mean, it just makes more sense that way, right? All right, so now I'm going to just burnish this down. Thank you so much. I am trying to not do flat because of Samara. She's in the chat. She makes amazing projects and they're never flat. And so her and Very Crafty always inspire me to try and do bigger projects, but I like my comfort zone a lot and I prefer just to do what I'm most comfortable with. So we're going to put this right here. Now, if you're going to be mailing these things out, I definitely recommend not a lot of depth because, the post office is on us crafters and they will come out and be like, I can't scan this. It's going to be $10. You're like, it's a card with 2 embellishments on it. You're going to charge me $10. So now I'm just going to use some regular glue. Is your name Samara? I believe it is. Yeah, Samara. The lady just put me. She's very inspiring. Um, she does a lot of beautiful projects. All right, glue. My last question for you all is how do you have a little carry bag for your crafts? And when I say carry bag, do you have like a little bag that has all of your essentials, your rulers, your scissors, your main craft supplies, or do you just have your crafting area and you keep them in there? Because this is not my permanent crafting area, but I will be crafting here more frequently because I do the lives downstairs versus upstairs. And so now you have your fold. So if you would have had just this whole solid sheet of paper and gluing it on would just make it a card normally. So you don't want to do that. You just want to put your glue portion onto the fold. And some people will say just glue what you're going to put, where you're going to put it. I like to glue what I'm going to attach to the thing that I'm attaching it to versus the other way around in this instance. And I have screwed it up before, and that's okay. I mean, you live and you learn. So now I'm just going to burnish that glue down really nicely, hopefully. And these whites are off, as you can see. This is a more paler white, I guess, than that. And that's okay, because we always have things that we can make it adjust. So right here you can see it's no card. If we had put it down, it would be like that. So that is how that is. And we're going to just use some glue. Some of these non-pink butterflies. What am I thinking over here? Thank you. You should. After you finish doing your house chores, I don't want to be the reason why you didn't finish your housework, because I'm already the reason that I didn't finish my own housework. And I think this yellow, let's see, I think this yellow would be pretty on here. And so if you were sending this in the mail, it would be fine, because these lay down flat. This one just came apart because somebody heavy-handed. Let's see. Yeah, I really, really enjoy making cards out of my comfort zone, but not too much, because if you get too far out your comfort zone, I feel like sometimes you don't want to craft anymore. You want to stick, you want to stick with what you like and love. And I like that. What y'all think? Y'all like it? We did it. Yay. We accomplished something in a long time it took us. All right. So, I think we're supposed to be doing something else, but I didn't forgot what that was. So I'm going to fussy cut those other ones out, I guess. But this is our card, and it just says there's beauty in simplicity, and I think this is really pretty. I am very partial to butterflies and flowers for whatever reason. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this box. I didn't look inside. I don't know which one it is. I did get this from HSN, Home Shopping Network. I did not partake in the craft thing they had a couple of weeks ago, though. I watched it, but I was like, I think for me, I enjoy watching them be in the studio versus from their homes. I don't know. It's weird. So this is the box, the Year Craft. They probably have it. You can get it. I am partial to. I really like this. Let's just put it like this. This is a 3D box, and I'm hoping it's not a stencil. It's actually a real something that you can follow along. And I like birds and I like trees. So all of this was just like, oh yeah, we can play with this today, but we're not going to be able to do that today. So if you like, we could do this next Tuesday. And we can work on something out of here. I have this stamp set that I really want to play with. So the box don't want to come out. It's like, no, I don't want to go on camera. You just let me know. But I also have another 3D project that I think I want to work on. So we just have to, be mindful of that. And I want to be very mindful of your time as well. And amazingly, my headache is actually gone. So yay for me. I don't know how that works. You smell glue and your headache goes away, I guess. I don't know. So here we go. Now I'm not partial to big boxes. I don't really like bulky things. That's why I never really did 3D projects, but I've been so inspired to make and do 3D projects that I like doing them. I enjoy them. And so we're just gonna pull this out. Put that to the side. And I always look at I'm silly. I look at the stamps. I like to look at the stamps right away. But today we're not gonna open this paper up, but we have some pattern paper and we have solid paper. And I like that pattern, houndstooth. I call it picnic table fabric pattern, but it's called houndstooth. And then so we got some baker's twine ribbon, and this. Oh, this is cool. So this is which I probably would never use in other crafting. But this has exclamation marks, plus, and X's. And so this is that stitching. I'm not really big into that stitching. Oh, but I love stencils. So this is a cloud stencil, which will work great for us. And then this is a bird. Let me act like I know how to do an unboxing for real. Got this bird stamp. Now you saw me just open it, so it's the packaging is backwards, but it's a birdhouse. I'm gonna do this two little lovebirds of flowers. Home sweet home. A little bird told me, "It's your birthday. Love lives here." And this little chain to hang it down with. All right, enjoy your day. Hope you have a great day. I will be shortly leaving myself. Hello, good luck here for you from our house to yours, sending well wishes your way with heartfelt sympathy. Thank you. So grateful to have a friend like you. You made my day. Thank you. Have the happiest of birthdays. The world needs more like you. The world needs more like you. Okay. May your day be filled with love and happiness. I think it should be people. I don't know. You shouldn't have, but I'm so glad you did. Best wish to a dear friend just because needs more like you. I don't get it. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. And so we do have templates, which I'm not a big template fan, but we could try it out. And then we have some envelope and card bases. And here, ooh, yes, I love this. So I'm gonna, yeah. Anyway, so we got a fence, some flowers, and a tree. And this is a pretty decent size fence. It measures about 6 inches, 6 by 2. And this tree is beautiful. So that's great. Because you can cut this out in brown and green and just put the leaves on and be really cool. And then we have this little book here, craft book. So I won't open that. But this is going to be fun, very, very fun to do and play around with. I'm going to definitely look into this. The world needs more like you. So we did not get a lot accomplished today. But we did, right? We stamped, we colored. I learned that I owe Annie money um, for thinking smartly. But I do want to try and make something else before we close out. Um, but I think it's better to end on a high note versus just forcing stuff. So I want to say thank you all so much for hanging out with me today, giving me your time. I really appreciate that. It means more than just a thank you. I will see you next Tuesday. I do have some projects coming up that I need to work on. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.